Marc Raimondi for ESPN, joined today by Jake Paul and his business partner with Most Valuable Promotions, Nakisa Bidarian. Guys, how are things? What's going on in your respective parts of the world right now?
Everything's good, man. Just training, excited for March 2nd here coming up. Got a formidable opponent and looking to deliver another KO. But I think that we have a really special night for Puerto Rico and for Amanda Serrano ahead of us, and just chugging away on a bunch of business things as well.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that, Jake. San Juan, Puerto Rico, March 2nd. Ryan Borland is your opponent. He's 17-2. He's a former Golden Gloves champion. He has a ton more experience than you do in boxing. I mean, I know you're coming off a big win, of course, in December against Andre August, a viral knockout, right? Would you say this guy, Ryan Borland, might be the toughest or at least the most experienced fighter that you've fought so far in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, statistically, he for sure is the most experienced and has had the most wins, the most amount of time in the ring, rounds, all of these things. And so I think that presents a different challenge of a true veteran in the game. So it'll be really interesting. And man, I was hoping Andre honestly was gonna put up a greater fight. Like we thought this guy is a beast. He looks like a monster. He's 10-1, Golden Gloves this, Golden Gloves that, amateur background, boxing his whole life, and he didn't land a punch. So we were like, all right, back to the drawing board. Like, let's get a harder, tougher opponent, more wins. And I'm looking for experience, and the rounds under the bright lights with professional boxers. And so that's why, Ryan entered the conversation, and people were like, oh, maybe this is too experienced or whatever. And I was like, no, like, let's do this. So that's really what we have here. And I'm excited to get some rounds under my belt, hopefully.
And
When
Marc,
you're
if you look at our
Go ahead,
director of boxing and our matchmaker, the challenge Jake said to them was, I want to take a step up, someone who has more experience, someone who's going to better prepare me for my ultimate goal. And they came up with a few names, but based on the names, they felt like this was the best challenge for Jake at this stage of his career. Someone who is much more skilled, someone who is craftier with footwork than Andre August, to then continue to evolve Jake's opponent capabilities.
Jake, when you're prepping for a guy like Andre August or Ryan Borland, are you just trying to get better like yourself, or are you preparing for them specifically? Is it a different preparation than when you were fighting someone like a Nate Diaz or a Tyron Woodley, because they were, MMA fighters who were crossing over into boxing? How different is that?
Yeah, it's preparing more for a boxing style, and he fights off of his back foot. So yeah, we bring in specific sparring partners to train specifically for him, and training for an MMA guy like Nate or Tyron is completely different. So yeah, it's a little bit different of a process in terms of the actual sparring, but the rest of it, remains the same, which is there's another man who's been doing this for longer than me out there who wants to become an overnight star, an overnight multimillionaire, and stop the Jake Paul train. And we go hard knowing that possibility, this is high risk, low reward. And so the stakes actually become higher in a fight like this versus, oh, you lost to Tyron Woodley, it's not that bad. You lose to a no-name guy, it's like, what? Oh, this is it. So I actually take these types of camps more seriously because I've seen the mistake. I've seen the Tommy blanking on his last name, but losing,
Is that him?
losing the fight right before he was going to fight for like $10 million, and back in the day. But yeah, like learning from those mistakes and seeing those documentaries and such.
Tommy Morrison, Jake, is that your name?
Yeah, Tommy Morrison. Yeah, losing his fight against the no-name guy right before he's going to get the $10 million payday. Like, that is always something that sticks in the back of my mind, is to not overlook these people with not as big names. So
You are, and just to reiterate, March 2nd, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Amanda Serrano is in the headliner against Nina Menke. It's going to be a big event in Puerto Rico. You are not taking a payday for this fight. You're going to donate your entire purse to your nonprofit, Boxing Bullies. Tell me a little bit about that if you can.
yeah, look, I just want to grow the organization in general, and specifically here on the island where they love boxing. And when I saw the amateur fights here, they were absolutely electric, and the talent here is next level. And I know these gyms will get put to use, and launching an Amanda Serrano, gym dedicated to her with Boxing Bullies, and continuing to just, do my best and do my part in elevating the sport as much as possible from all types of different angles. And I just wanted to do this.
I want to ask you about another Tommy, not Morrison, but the one that you're more familiar with, Tommy Fury. It looks like you just had surgery, but that is a rematch that I know you've been interested in the past. Do we see that at some point this year, do you think?
I don't think so. To be honest, I think he is a lot of things. One of which is not very serious about the fight and actually making it happen. And too unrealistic in terms of offers and finances. He thinks he's his brother, and his dad is delusional in terms of what he's actually worth. And I could see how that happens if they're like, yo, Tyson Fury's getting this. Tommy should be getting this. It's like, no, that's not how life works, brother. So it's hard to get that across these hard-headed people who aren't very good at business and don't understand the way and the landscape of boxing. So I think there's like a massive fear of, of not only losing, but they're just trying to, be unrealistic about numbers, which again, maybe those two go hand in hand. We all know everyone tries to price themselves out if they don't really want to fight and hide behind that. So I think that's where things are. But regardless, I'm on a different mission to become world champion, and all doors for Tommy lead to me. I can do whatever I want, which is the beauty, and what I want is to be world champion, and that's my path.
Marc, just for perspective, we made Tommy a high 7-figure offer for the rematch as a guarantee. And if they feel that, there's a lot more money out there, and I think Jake's view is great. Like, bring the money to the table on your side.
Go get it. Go get it. Hey, we're waiting, brother. Like, look at who the highest paid athlete is in the sport from the past year, the top three. It's me, Canelo. I don't even know who else would be on the list. Probably maybe Tyson Fury. Like, go get the money, brother. We have all the connections in the world. Like, you think there's more money? Cool. Bring it to the table. Oh, you can't? Oh, you haven't brought anything to the table? Okay, please shut the fuck up then. And I'm just tired of these people, and I'm tired of dealing with idiots across all business fronts, quite frankly. But specifically, yeah, these people who live in their own delusion, and it is what it is. But I guess that's the sport of boxing. But I'm trying to change that, and it's frustrating to continue to run into these same problems.
Well, let me put this for you, Marc, though. Jake has said to Tommy he's willing to fight him in boxing, and if Jake wins, he's willing to, enter the smart cage in PFL with Tommy. And again, give him another payday close to 8 figures to do that. So there's a path there where it's worth close to $20 million of guaranteed money for Tommy Fury to re-engage in the Jake Paul competition effectively.